Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and today we are looking at a beautiful park called Bramblewood, and it is created by Jabrezzy236, and this is the second full park by this creator that I've spotlighted, and I'll put the link to the first one below as I'm forgetting the name off the top of my head. But the description, and it's a long one, says, formerly the last stop on the trolley line from the nearby city of Plankopolis. This land surrounding Lake Irina once belonged to the Devereux family, whose ancestral estate has since been turned to the park's premier hotel, La Camine. I think that's how you pronounce it. The trolley line is now the last stop on the subway, and guests pour in from town to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle. The park even offers a cheaper overnight option at the Stay Inn with two fantastic custom coasters, a steel curtain replica by Marco 93 Cop, which I believe actually spotlighted that, which I'll put the link to his actual creation below as well, or the link to my spotlight. The park, sorry, where was that? Along with a number of flat rides and incredible scenery. Bramblewood is definitely a destination for the entire family, so be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at PlankoCat for even more Planet Coaster creations. So yeah, I'm really excited to take a look. As you can kind of see from some of the cinematic footage, it's not an overly large park, but it looks like it's really well done with some really, really good detail. So let's go ahead and get started with the tour. So we are a guest now who is entering the park, and the reason I started over here is because as we get more used to this game, I just love seeing the unique ways that all of us as creators are figuring out how to integrate the spawn system into our park. So I absolutely love this. So you come out of the subway station. That is awesome. Like, look how good that looks. And this part right here is such a clever way because what that's doing is that's covering up the ugliness because look, their feet aren't actually clipping that much, which means if we were to delete this, let me actually. So you see that? That's put there to hide the ugliness of the curb. So I just love that. But this look is just awesome as we come out. So the letters are by Orange Juice. So that's the Metro. Downtown. Oh, Locust Vale. That's the name of his first park. Yep. Reygate Lake. Wildlands. Oh, my name's on there. Golly, I've got my name up there with Reygate Lake and Locust Vale. I mean, his park was amazing. I really, really appreciate that. So now as we see, you got the screens, which in theory would state what the subway is. You got a little restroom here. Only thing I would say, which actually I do love this restroom, I would just maybe you could even use like the curb pieces to create a little barrier on the sides instead of it just being a very thin kind of piece. But I do love what you did there with the bathrooms and the building pieces. I think it looks really nice. You could also use because I can't remember if you play on PS5 or PS4 because this is not at the PS5 limit, but it's over the PS4 limit. You could use what's it called? The concrete, basically decorative course. You could use the decorative course and have them sitting horizontal, and so it kind of creates a little depth to it, which I might show that at the end. But yeah, this looks really, really good. I love the entrance, and we'll do an overview at the end, kind of seeing everything, but you can see the parking lot where the guests would drive in. Really, really well done. We got the area to get down to the hotels over there. Love what you did here with the lights. Really gives me vibes of what Chacho does with his stuff. So really good job. I mean, just look at this view. Like, that has got to be one of the most picturesque views I've seen coming into a park. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. It looks so good. So as you can see this right here, man, that makes me want to get up to Kennywood and take the 14-hour drive to get to Pittsburgh. No, I'm just kidding. It's like 11 hours. Now enough of me rambling. Let's actually get into the park and look around. So right away, I mean, you got the Charo swing, best flat ride in the game, most picturesque. Oh, that's awesome. And I love how you created these game stalls. This is awesome. And I believe you created these on your own since you don't have anything stating who made it. But that's really, really cool. And so let's go to the right first because we're going to save Steel Curtain for last. So we got grabs. There's another trick that a lot of people use, which is nice. And good job. Okay, so this is a nice little gift shop. Looks really good. Yeah, I mean this looks really good. A lot of foliage too. Really feels like it's in nature. You know, like it's not doesn't feel like it's near a big city. Is this on the city map? I can't tell from right here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it might be the city map. Just trying to guess. So, I love this idea for the covering. Now, I wish the ivy was not two-dimensional. I wish it had some depth to it. But I do think that's a really good way to kind of create a unique look. And this little pergola is awesome because it's a unique shape. Like it's not the same the whole way, if that makes sense. So that looks really, really good. We head this way. We got another game, Midway Games. It looks like, oh no, that's just a seating bench or seating area. Awesome. We got the hyper jump. And there's a lot of really good foliage work done in this park. And then you'll see a lot of this too, which I absolutely love. This kind of custom bench that was created. Because if you click underneath there, or not. Okay, I thought there was actually a bench underneath there. Maybe there is here. Well, either way, it's made to look like it would be a bench. But that is really, really well done. Oh, this is just called Fall. Perfect name for it. Great job with the foliage. So we got some other kind of games right here, which is really awesome to see. So we got a little gulpy machine, a couple arcade games. All right, so that's called Revolution. I feel like there are a lot of flat rides named that. I could be making that up. I feel like a lot of parks have some sort of flat ride named Revolution. And then, all right, so this is another thing that that Chacho does a lot is having these fake stairs on this side and having this just be the normal pathway, you know, to where it's wheelchair accessible or stuff like that. And so I think that's a really cool touch just to kind of create the, like, kind of differentiate it a little bit. As you can see, obviously those aren't actually steps. Like, he's clipping through, but it's just still a really cool touch. And I honestly didn't even notice that the first time. So you can already tell. I mean, look, same thing here. There's a lot of elevation changes in this park, which is nice, especially for it being a small park. So right now you can see how much the elevations change, which is really, really cool. It gives good sight lines. Oh, and one thing I got to point out, which you can't really see it too well here, but we got this really nice kind of lodge or resort right there. Yeah, this definitely looks like the city map with how the background that we now see. So this is Cyclone. So I believe all the lettering in this park is by that creator's name that we saw in the beginning, which I'm blanking on the name. Ooh, this is a cool building. Yeah, this is a cool little food shop. I like it. I like the building pieces used. Oh, we got some ride photos over here. Looks great. Well, I don't want to jump ahead too much. So we got some more Midway games. We got a restroom here. And here's what I love about this is I mean, first of all, that's pretty cool. But then just changing up the kind of angle of this is a really nice touch. Really nice touch. I just would have added some fake doors. But that's a really, really well done. So now we are going to head on the massive Boomerang first. And what's the name of this? Do we have a name? I think that we have a name. So here's the queue, as we can kind of see. Not really too much to it. Kind of but it's not straight up cattle pen. So I kind of like how it interacts with the coaster a bit. And so now let's head up this way. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these stats. As you can see, the coaster flyby is called Double Drop. Like it. So it's a giant inverted boomerang, like I think Deja Vu. I think that's the one at is that Silverwood now? I think so. G-forces look good. Biggest drop, 170 feet, 69 miles per hour. Whew, that's fast. Um, and it's got 6 inversions. So we will chat after the coaster. So there's the letters that I was looking for, like on Vertigo, on that one that's over there, as you can see. That is a massive, massive boomerang. And you can tell it was custom made because of a couple of the turns on the track, trying to make sure that those lined up properly. So that was a really, really good job. And I mean, that's a massive, massive Cobra roll. My goodness. So as you can kind of see it from above and how it looks from the parking lot here. I mean, gosh, that's pretty intimidating. I mean, the one at Kings Island is nowhere near that height. Nowhere near that height. But as you can see, the parking lot here. So let's actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and go look at Vertigo, and then we'll do kind of the overhead view of this whole area. So let's head back out. And I do love the supports that come in game with this. This is one of those that I just think that the in-game supports look so good. So as we head out the exit, we come to, it's the staff door probably. Then we got the on-ride photos, which is nice to see. I still wish we could take in-game photos on our laptop, and not laptop, on our console, and put them on the screens. But you know, we gotta be happy with what we got. So this is Vertigo. So this is a Gerstlauer coaster. Looks like not the Infinity, but the Eurofighter. So as we head up the queue, oh, still one negative with flip cam. All right, so let's pause you right there so we can hop on that coaster train. So this one's called Vertigo, and everything's all green, which is great. There's the stats, not quite 100 feet, but that's okay. G-forces look good. 6 inversions again, and we'll chat afterwards. So that was Vertigo, as we can kind of see it going along the path right now. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. I think having the little boost right there is good, so I can get over that. I think it's called banana roll, and I mean, especially kind of going through some of these inversions, it does it in a pace that feels like it's not too slow, but not too fast either. I would say maybe the only thing is how it abruptly stops right there. Maybe creating turning the brake speed down a little bit lower than you have it, so that it slows down just a bit, because then it kind of takes an awkward, a little bit tight of a turn right there. But that's my only suggestion, because it's really smooth. Love the coaster. I hate how when you ride these style coasters in front bumper mode, it kind of at certain times it kind of messes up the view and stuff. But what can you do? So now, actually, we're going to look at all the outside stuff at the end of the video, all the backstage and so forth. But what I wanted to do was have kind of an overhead look at what we've seen so far. So you can kind of see the layout. And we've seen all the flat rides. We've seen these midway games, but you can see you got here and over here you got the different midway games. And then we had the seating area. I mean, this is just really well done. Really well done with the foliage. This is a great, great park. A really good park. And that look of Cyclone then with you got the hotel there in the background is awesome. Just really awesome. So now let's hop back in flip cam mode, because when we go see Steel Curtain, we're going to want to look at it where we can zoom in and get the viewpoint from the guest point of perspective, guest point of view. Man, I feel like I'm stumbling over my words a lot tonight, and it's because I haven't filmed one of these in like 3 weeks maybe, so haven't really been talking to myself that much. Oh, I love that for the glass doors. Looks really good. And oh, you got some custom barstool seating over here. Oh, ketchup and mustard bottles. Awesome. Looks really, really good. So we got another midway game. What do we have over here? Oh, that's how we get on to the next area. Okay, so there's 2 ways you could go. You could go around this way, which, oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, as he said, that coaster is created by Marco Cop 93. So I'm going to link his channel as well, and there's gonna be a lot of links down below this video that you should check out, especially Jabrezzy's. I believe he said it was his Instagram or Twitter name. So you're gonna have to make sure and check that out. But this is really cool. So we're gonna have to see this turnaround look in a second. Yeah. That's awesome. So that is one way to get there. We got another little shop right here. Now, if he's watching this, Jabrezzy, if you're watching this, I hope you or I wonder if you got some inspiration for kind of the orange colors and stuff, and how you did this from what was it called, Summerdale by Mass Bandit? Because I know he kind of used. I kind of saw him do something similar in a way, which I thought looked really good. And so you've done a really good job with it as well. But I love this once again. You've got the opportunity to do the steps, or you can take the longer way with the ramp. So it looks like this would just be some storage. Oh, yeah, some backstage, which we will take a look at all of this later. But this is fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, really, really wonderful. So we got another grub and go. So I love how you've come up with your own kind of name or style for every place. And you got a little bit of seat in there, which is nice, and it's kind of tucked away in a sense. So I think that's kind of a cool look to it, which is kind of got its own little nook right there. Oh, we got the Grand Prix. This is awesome. All right, we're gonna have to take a ride on the Grand Prix. Let's see what it looks like. You know what? Just to save time, we'll take a little walk on the Grand Prix, just to kind of get a little view of it. And I'll be honest, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm lazy and I don't want to get out of flip cam mode and then have to get back in flip cam mode. But look at that gazebo right there. Like custom or ride skin. That's phenomenal. That looks so much better than mine on Wildlands. That looks awesome. And I love this little space here in the middle. Oh, it's funny this is called Grand Prix because this doesn't really have like a, I don't know, when I think of Grand Prix, I think of the Mario Grand Prix from Mario Kart on N64, so I think of racing. But it feels like very, almost like country style. Like you'd have horses and stuff out here, and really, really cool. Really pretty area. All right, so enough of that. So let's be real. We're here for the coasters, right? So we have got to get to the coaster that we all came here for. Ooh, and I love those sundials, those frisbee style rides. So this is called Koopa or Cuppa. It's probably supposed to be Cuppa. Once again, we got another quick fix, quick sips. Oh, I love the custom names. That's so good. And then also using that style wall piece, I don't see too often. So I think that is a really good job. And another thing you've done a good job on is moving this out from the wall a little bit to kind of create that separation. I think that's a really good touch. So we got the quick fix, and quick sips. Oh, this is awesome. So that's called the Mantis. Once again, we see the really cool seating. Now, the only thing I would say is, oh, it does have fencing. Okay. I didn't see that first. I was going to say, this thing needs some chain link fence. But there we go. Steel curtain, baby. This is what you're all here for. Another seating area. It's a bummer that guests don't use these unless they're really next to where food is. Because at a theme park, you know, you would see stuff like this kind of tucked away and really good foliage. Looks really good. And, you know, it'd be hard to find a spot to sit on a busy day. So we got some more machines over here. And I like how a lot of the buildings, too, aren't just rectangles. Like, they've got some different kind of dimensions to them, which is nice. So we got another restroom area back here, which looks great. We got some refreshments. All right, so the coaster is by Marco 93 Cop. All right, I'm excited for this one. So as you can see, chain link fence up. We've got the stairs to get up to the brake run. Here we are. This is awesome. Now, I don't know if this is the same station as the one in real life because I've never been on that coaster, but this just looks spectacular. So as we look at these stats, don't know why everything's not green, but hey, it's all good. Who cares? G-forces look good. If you look at the biggest drops, 190 feet, which this coaster does have. It's got 9 inversions. Whew. This coaster's got the longest or the tallest inversion in the world. Yeah, so without further ado, let's take a ride on Steel Curtain. So one of the first things I noticed on this ride is the custom lights here on the lift hill. I think that's a really cool touch, and I think it looks really, really good. And I mean, this is honestly one of my favorite coasters I've seen created. I mean, this is absolutely spectacular. From what I've seen with the POV, I think it's basically the exact same. It's been a bit since I've seen the Steel Curtain POV, but I do think I remember watching when I did spotlight this coaster as like a coaster spotlight, looking at it and basically saying, yeah, it's the exact same. So I think this is really well done, and I just love, once again, this little bit of a stall kind of hanging over the path. I think that's a really cool touch. If we come over here, we've got a transfer track as well, which is nice. And so you don't see people do this as much, but I like having the little piece that would then, essentially this track would move sideways, and this would shift down here and connect. So I think that's a cool touch. And we have looked at everything in this park. So a couple things we're going to do is we're going to, if I can get it to nighttime, we're going to look around at night for a second, and then we're going to look at kind of all the backstage and all the stuff that me being a theme park nerd that I am really loves, and love the lighting. You know, it doesn't look overdone. It looks really good. You got a little bit of strobe lights right there almost. Yeah, it looks fantastic. So now let's get this back to daytime. So here is the parking lot, which is a really good size. And you can kind of see where people turn. And then we got some bus parking over here, which looks really good. And then this must be employee parking, would be my guess. Yeah, I think that's employee parking. So then here, this is how employees get here, or we have the two separate hotels. So first off, we have, which that's a cool way to kind of create almost like door handles. But we have what's called the Stay In. So this is supposed to be more of a budget style hotel. And I don't think there's anything inside. It's still really cool. I mean, cool dimensions and stuff like that, and definitely looks like more of a budget hotel, like a motel. And so that's here's where so you have some maintenance for vertigo and storage. Now the only thing is, I do wish you found a way to kind of implement that aspect of it, because I believe, oh, that's just this part over here. So we've got some more backstage. Ooh, I love that, how you created kind of the little level to it. That's really cool. So we got this backstage over here. So that's the maintenance to double drop. So in theory, that would take you probably under the ground to, I don't know exactly where that would go, but I think that's a cool concept. Then you've got just some basic storage. Here we are, and then this would be, I guess these are the gates that technically would open for that spot. Ooh, that's a cool, didn't notice that. That's a cool little place to sit with a little pergola and stuff. And let's see. Yeah, so that's the main backstage for this area. And if we continue around this way, you got some nice custom little fence, making you kind of feel like you're in the woods a little bit. So if we head this way, we get to some more storage, is what it looks like. And away from maintenance to get to vertigo. And then we head up, and we have the low. I'm not even gonna try. We got a little parking here, which is nice. Might need a few more parking spots with how big this hotel is, but Obviously, we're limited in the game, but this looks really cool. And I love how you walk this way and you walk over the drive. And you walk over the drive and into the hotel. And look at the pitch with all these roofs. They're so different and it looks fantastic. And he used the rectangular shapes for roofs, which I think is a really really cool touch. Gosh, I just yawned. That's crazy. Um, but this looks spectacular. Really, really well done. I could just imagine standing here and watching Steel Curtain. That's awesome. Yep, definitely in the city map. So this is kind of cool though because when you're looking out to the park, it really feels secluded, like you are in the woods and or maybe a park that's in a smaller town. But now this way you can actually see that, yeah, the big city's right there. So it is just away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Um, Now it looks like this road is probably just for staff. This is probably to get back to Steel Curtain. Yep. Yeah, and so this is just to get back to this area here. So I believe we have looked at everything with this park. As I said, the park overall is not that big of a park, as you can see. Honestly, the biggest space is probably just right here in the main area, but really good usage of different rides and different stuff to kind of take up space there. So I think that looks phenomenal. I don't think there's any doubt which coaster is the best one in the park. Just the Steel Curtain, and that is so picturesque. Like that looks amazing. But yeah, that was Bramblewood. So what are y'all's thoughts on the park? And remember, once again, make sure to go check out all the links below and um, follow. I think it was at PlankoCat on, I think Instagram or Twitter. I think it's Instagram, but yeah, make sure to check the link below. And I mean, this is just awesome. Just make sure to go download this on the workshop. This is a fantastic park. As we can kind of see another little space there. You got the park office and stuff. Yeah, so that definitely looks like probably staff parking down there. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching and let me know your thoughts. Have a wonderful rest of your day.